Well, hey now, everybody. It is the Rob from Kiss 106 and 103GBFRocks.com, alongside my tag team partner in podcasting, the single greatest sports entertainer from Cincinnati, Ohio, Jerry Valeri. Good morning, Jer.
Sewickley, Pennsylvania, but you're close enough, pal.
What'd you say?
Sewickley, Pennsylvania was where I was born, but you're close enough.
You were born in where? Swickley?
Sewickley.
I've never even heard of that.
It's like right outside of Pittsburgh. Basically Pittsburgh, Sewickley.
I always just assumed you were born in at least Center County, like Tyrone or something.
No, I grew up in Blair County, but I was born outside of Pittsburgh. My parents lived in Pittsburgh for like a minute.
Yeah. So I didn't I knew you were more affiliated with Pittsburgh than Philly, but I say the town again. Or this the
Sewickley, Sewickley. Pretty sure.
Huh. I didn't know that. You learn something new every day.
How about that? Now you now we're on track. And you were born in Doylestown, I assume.
Yes, Doylestown Hospital. I believe the same hospital as Pink.
My town didn't have a stoplight until I was in 8th grade. So there was no hospital in Bellwood.
Well, hopefully we get a chance to come back to Doylestown maybe in about a month and a half or so, hopefully.
Looking at June, yeah. Already talking to the warden about it. We're seeing what can happen.
That would be awesome. I know my mom just got the invitations sent to her yesterday, so keep your eyes peeled for those. My mom's throwing Brittany and I a baby shower back in Pennsylvania when we go back. And for Jerry, it'd be like a 3.5-hour trip instead of a 9-hour trip. So hopefully we'll be able to see the big guy.
Right. I'm all about it, but I'm also about those 9-hour trips. I like those. Yeah. Those are fine. Those are fine too. I get there.
So,
hey,
go ahead.
Before we get into SmackDown, and I know we have a hard out, but I don't have a lot to say about SmackDown. I'm really curious.
Brutal, man.
It's something I talked about a lot on the air today. Today is National Listen to the First Music You Ever Bought Day, no matter what it is. And I was thinking about the first music that I ever purchased. And I can't really remember the first cassette. I think it was like a single. I'm pretty sure that it was You Can Call Me Al in 1986. But the first CD I ever bought was the day after Christmas. Santa brought me a CD player, and I got Use Your Illusion 1 and 2. And so that's like the first music I ever bought. And holy cow, those albums still deliver.
I listened to those both when I drove back to Evansville from Christmas, because I got the $200 box set of Appetite for Destruction. So I listened to those 4 discs, and then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to keep the party going with Lies and then the Use Your Illusion albums. And
it's so interesting that Guns N' Roses, I think they've become a joke. But if you go back and you listen to their music, oh my God, they were the best.
Oh, they're literally my favorite band of all time. And I'm even the weirdo who likes Chinese Democracy. Not only do I like it, I love that album.
That's tough.
I liked what's that?
That's tough. I don't agree with you there, but that's okay.
Have you listened to it front to back? I think it's great music.
I mean, I've heard pieces of it here and there, and it's not bad music. It's just, if I'm going to listen to Guns N' Roses, I'm not going to listen to that.
Fair enough. And well, I mean, I don't know. If you only give me one album to take to a desert island, it's going to be Use Your Illusion 2 and not Chinese Democracy.
Well, and I was going to ask you which one of the Use Your Illusions is your favorite. My favorite is 2 as well. Yeah. Although 1 has some great ones on it. My
favorite song ever written is on 1, but 2 is a better 80-minute listening experience.
Yeah. I always like, and I like Coma as well. And Coma is on 1.
Yeah, Coma is great. But 2 has Civil War, Knocking on Heaven's Door.
You Could Be Mine.
Shotgun Blues, the alternate version of Don't Cry. Just to me, that's just such a better listening experience. But yeah, I mean, 1's great too, man. 1's got that awesome cover of Live and Let Die, November Rain, the best song ever written, in my opinion.
What was the first music you ever bought?
Okay, so let me lead up to that. So the first album that I believe I owned, didn't buy, this was a gift from the Easter Bunny in 1992. It's such an important album to me because this is that album is the reason why I'm in this chair right now. The reason why I got into music, thus getting into radio, thus being here in Evansville. And that was Michael Jackson's Dangerous. It was on cassette tape in my Easter basket in 1990. It could have been 1, but I think it was 2. And that's the first album I ever owned, loved, that was mine. Like I had my parents' albums and stuff like on record and stuff, but so that was the first
your album.
Right. Then
that's a good one.
In 6th grade, I got a CD player for my birthday, and I got 2 CDs with it. One was Thriller, and the other was TLC's Crazy Sexy Cool. Also did not purchase it.
Right. Listen, I told you the first CD I ever bought was Use Your Illusion 1 and 2. And Santa didn't just bring me a CD player without a CD. Santa brought me a CD. The first CD I ever owned was MC Hammer. I mean, like, what are you going to do?
Please Hammer, Don't Hurt Him?
No, it was not even a good one. It was like Too Legit to Quit.
The one with Hammer Time?
No, I think it was the Hammer. It was the Hammer one with Too Legit to Quit, like the one from the Addams Family.
I could have sworn the one with Too Legit to Quit also had You Can't Touch This on it.
Maybe.
And that album was Please Hammer, Don't Hurt Him. I know.
Yeah, that's the one. Too Legit to Quit's the album, because it was 1991, the same year that I got the Use Your Illusion albums. Yeah, brand new.
So I'm going to keep it getting cloudy, because the next CD I did walk into a store and buy, but I did have a gift card. And that was for Salt and Pepper's Very Necessary. That had...
I'm not going to crap over Salt and Pepper. I like Salt and Pepper.
And so that had Shoop, What a Man. There was another big one on there, but whatever. And then so the first album, I may have this backwards with this other one, but the other one, then the first one I walked into and put money on the counter for a CD, Boys to Men 2. That had I'll Make Love to You. That had Water Runs Dry on Bended Knee.
Yeah, that was it. That album, that was a good one to get laid to.
Yeah. I mean, as soon as I put that on, I started getting all the chicks, man.
I'm sure. I want to mention one other album, and it's someone else's story, but we were talking about it in the building, and I work with a guy. His name is Pat Urban, and he's older than me, probably by about 10 years or so. His first album, and when he told me, I was like, well, what do you mean? The first album he ever bought was Kiss Alive 2, but he didn't buy it from a record store. He bought it from a fellow third grader. He was in third grade with Gene Snitsky.
Stop it.
I was blown away. I was like, you were just only in third grade? He was like, yeah, they held him back a year because he was really big, and they wanted to, like, they kind of redshirted him so he would be bigger for sports. So Pat graduated in 87, and Snitsky graduated in 88. And I was like, this Gene Snitsky is like the wrestler. Yeah, the wrestler. And he didn't know any of the Kicking the Baby. He didn't know he didn't follow wrestling, but he grew up with Gene Snitsky. And actually
Pat Urban graduated in the 80s?
Yeah.
I thought he was much younger.
Nope. And he graduated a year before Gene Snitsky, and he bought the album from Gene Snitsky because Gene Snitsky's mom wouldn't let him keep it.
Boy, and he bought Kiss. I seriously don't like Kiss.
I don't either, but we didn't grow up in the 80s. Like we weren't in high school in the 80s. Maybe we would have liked Kiss.
I'm blown up because I know Pat a little bit, and I'm shocked he's that old. I thought he was about your age.
He's in his 50s, bub.
Wow, good for Pat.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing okay. So Gene Snitsky made the show today.
Look at that. Happy birthday, Gene Snitsky.
Happy birthday, Gene Snitsky. And happy birthday, Kevin Von Erich and Farouk.
I have a feeling that having our listeners today leave us their first albums they ever bought will be more interesting than their thoughts on SmackDown last night.
So have that please be the question, and then we can just begrudgingly go into SmackDown talk.
Yeah, because I thought it was terrible. It's exactly what I think of when I think of these pre-taped UK shows. It just, I mean, where Raw kind of reinforced stuff that was going on Money in the Bank. I thought, with the exception of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn reuniting, SmackDown gave me nothing.
Yeah, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, I kind of popped a little bit for that. They've really built Kevin Owens and Kofi Kingston really well. Dare I say perfectly. Like
it's going well.
It's going well. I'm very much looking forward to that. They also didn't misstep with Becky and Charlotte. They're not trying to throw any wrinkles or wrenches in after what happened on Monday. I thought they followed it up well. I really like that package. Like, that was a 5 minutes well spent watching that video package.
So real quick, I thought that this whole week especially, but SmackDown mostly, they had great packages, but too many. Too much remember this.
Right. But, you know, to their credit, that's the only thing they're really consistently good at. Like, I can never complain about their packages. And so just give me all the packages, I guess, because everything else is starting to suck. I can't handle Shane McMahon anymore. The Shane McMahon, Rowan, Daniel Bryan, Elias, like this.
Taking the words out of my mouth. I'm so over it. I'm really hoping Sunday is Shane's swan song.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I think his swan song comes at SummerSlam. I think we're trudging through this mud for the entire summer.
Okay, interesting. Boy, now that I think about it, man, we should have. I don't think I have the time today, but we should have just jammed this SmackDown episode right into the predictions because I have nothing to say. I watched the show too. It just gave me nothing.
I mean, if you wanted to, I pull up a card and we could do it. We could abbreviate it and just blow it in.
I'm sorry, I don't have enough time, and I haven't given enough thought yet. I'm sorry.
Smooch it, nooch it, and mooch it in.
Are you going to be busy? I think I should be good tomorrow.
Tomorrow's good.
Let's just do it tomorrow. Good.
The other thing to say is when you take Finn Balor and Ali and Randy Orton and Andrade and you put them in a match, sure, it's good. Like it's like a fun watch, but SmackDown just, I don't know, it didn't feel like a go home show.
No, Raw did. SmackDown didn't. Raw won the week for me, for sure.
Absolutely.
SmackDown, absolutely. A great example of if you missed SmackDown, you missed nothing.
You missed absolutely nothing. Although now we have a name for Kairi Sane and Asuka. We know what their name is now.
That just feels, it feels very
racist.
Well, it feels a little racist and very Viking Warriors to me, just thoughtless.
Yeah.
Like imagine if this were real. Is that really the name they would come up with? Be serious.
The Kabuki Warriors or whatever.
Kabuki Warriors. It's got Vince's fingerprints all over it.
I'm becoming so frustrated with Vince. The other big wrestling news that was announced was something we knew, and it's not even WWE. It's AEW is going to be on TNT.
Is that official?
They made it official today, yeah.
That's huge because everyone has TNT.
Yeah, it's huge.
And like, I can just go to my cable guide and be like, okay, it's going to be somewhere among the channels I watch.
They announced that. They announced how they're doing their pay-per-views, and it's something with Bleacher Report Live or Bleacher Live. I don't know all that business. But they didn't say the day. I keep hearing Tuesday Night Dynamite, and that makes a lot of sense. But they said it will be on TNT, but they didn't say what day.
Well, I will tell you, no matter what day it is on, I intend to watch.
I'm going to give it a chance.
Yeah, I'm going to at least give it my best. Although I don't watch NXT, and I like every pay-per-view they put on, and I never watch that show. So maybe I won't watch. I don't know. No, I plan on giving it a pretty fair shot. We don't have to recap it with the intensity we do these or whatever. I'm not going to lay like, hey, you got to watch because we're going to recap it. But if we both are watching it and it comes up, cool. But yeah, I have a feeling they might have a great show. So I might want to be watching it.
Yeah. I hope it kicks WWE in the right place.
Seriously, dude.
I don't root for WWE to crumble. I don't root for them to destroy the WWE. I just want them to kick them in the nuts and make it and get to create. I want the 90s to happen again.
We need that. And this could be the closest we come. That's huge news.
Yeah. Bring back Snitsky.
And someone, tell Pat to return his Kiss album, for goodness sake.
Just return the album. Also, happy birthday. No, that's it. Farouk and Kevin Von Erich. That's it. That's it today.
Sorry this one was so short. You can blame two people. You can blame me this time, or you can honestly blame WWE.
Blame Vince.
Blame Vince, pal. All right, Jared, thank you so much. Let's have our predictions ready to go tomorrow, please.
If we hadn't spent the first 10 minutes talking about music, this would have been a 4-minute podcast.
And so we could just keep like, what are we going to talk about? They gave us nothing.
Nothing.
UK shows suck.
However, I am looking forward to the pay-per-view. I will admit that. I'm looking forward to this pay-per-view.
I'm looking forward to tomorrow's episode of Post to Post as well.
You got it.
Predictions coming in tomorrow on Post to Post. Leave us your first CDs you ever bought or your first albums or whatever.
Too legit to quit.
Please, Jerry, don't hurt him.